And the next vortex that I'm going to show you how to draw is the curly vortex, which is similar to our first vortex, just a little bit different. So let's head on over to my camera so I can show you how that looks. All right, here is the curly vortex. I'm going to go ahead and twist it on its side. You see, it's a little different from the first vortex. The vortex that we started first was an hourglass. The lines were kind of fairly U-shaped. The curly vortex, I want you to notice how they make these nice long S shapes over that center hourglass shape. So let me get that out of the way. And let's show you how to do that. Okay, so like we did with our first vortex, I'm going to go ahead and draw me an hourglass shape. Okay, and now I'm going to do the lines going across the vortex and or the hourglass, and notice how I'm kind of maybe making them like candy cane stripes. They're kind of like S shapes that go diagonally across that hourglass shape that I drew. Now, once I get finished filling in my hourglass shape, I'm going to go ahead and start working with the outer parts of it, which can be a little tricky. So the first part that I'm going to do is right up here at the top. Let me slide my paper down so you can see it a little bit better. It's going to curl around. So it's going to make a little bit of a loopy and a swoop. So loop and swoop. Okay, so that's one loop and swoop. And then I'm going to, down the bottom here, do something similar. So I'm going to loop it around. Oops, can't see that. Let me move my paper up. So I looped it around and then I looped it around. So now I'm just going to kind of follow along with the lines that I've already started drawing. So let me move my paper down again because you can't see up at the top. So I'm going to continue to loop around, and I'm also going to have my lines kind of connect up and twist out. Might have to add in some extra lines to fill up some of that space just to make it look a little more full. A little oopsie there. That's all right. Alrighty. And then I'm going to loop down, loop down. Now, of course, any spaces that are not full, I'm going to go ahead and fill them on in. And I'm just following the lines that I've already drawn to make it that curly vortex. Of course, that tutorial page that I showed you right at the beginning, that's going to be very helpful in helping you really nail down how this looks. All right, so there is my curly vortex, and same as I did with my first vortex, along the edges where it tucks in, it's going to be a little bit darker because it's going behind something. But then as it comes out towards the center, it's going to start to get lighter and lighter and lighter. So it has that nice highlight down the center. And then you can either use your finger or piece of paper or one of our fancy blending tools here in class that we learned how to use for shading and really blend it and make those shadows look really nice and smooth. Now, I did mine here for demonstration in pencil, but you can see here I did my finished one, and it's a little shiny because I laminated it because I wanted to keep it around for a little while. I used colored pencil for this one. So by making some of the colored pencil darker and then gradually making it lighter is how I got that nice highlighted shaded effect. So you don't have to just stick with pencil on these. You can use a many different kinds of materials on them. For example, colored pencils. So that, my friends, is the curly vortex.